Are you a wannabe YouTuber desperate for the validation of an audience? Do you base your entire sense of self-worth on your latest video's view count? Are you banking on the success of your tiny YouTube channel to pay your bills? Well, don't worry, because this video is here to help you dominate the YouTube algorithm. YouTube's recommendation algorithm is the system YouTube uses to personalize what videos are shown to users on their homepages, in their suggested videos, or in YouTube search. A lot of people think of the algorithm as mysterious or complicated, but it's actually very simple. Basically how it works is, the algorithm demands to be fed. So if you want to know how to get the algorithm working for you, here's a quick look at what I do every time I post a video to give it the best chance of performing well on the platform. In nobis sanctus algorithmus desideri among us Lil Nas X TikTok mashup, almighty algorithm, take this humble offering and bless my video with generous watch time. Let thy green arrow rise in my YouTube creator studio, O algorithm, I beg of thee. The algorithm works in mysterious ways. In recent years, the YouTube algorithm has been the subject of great concern. Supposedly, the algorithm will addict you, it will brainwash you, it will radicalize you, it will learn your vulnerabilities and exploit them for profit. It knows you better than you know yourself. But what even is the algorithm exactly? And how does it work? I don't know. I'm a baby. I'm a little gay baby with a tiny brain. I don't know how a computer works. I don't know how internet happens. I don't know what a deep neural network is or whatever, but I do spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos on youtube.com.
Hello everybody! Get homework help with the Google app for iPhones.
If 2 + 2 is 4.
You don't want to date that bitch.
When my algorithm gets in moods, it will not stop. I watch one video about Bo Burnham's latest Netflix special and then it's recommending me Bo Burnham content non-stop. Bo Burnham responds to hecklers, Bo Burnham song cover, a 2.5-hour video essay about a 1-minute Bo Burnham song,
Part 5, we are already cyborgs.
a reaction video where half of the video is just this guy not being sure what the words in Bo Burnham's song mean, huge pervert reacts to Bo Burnham.
Thank you so much for perving out with me, everybody.
The algorithm goes through these phases often. I've had clips from the 90s cartoon Daria, Mr. Beast videos, hour-long lectures by post-human feminist scholars. My favorite, I moved to the West Coast recently and have developed an unfortunate fear of earthquakes. So the algorithm started recommending me videos about building collapses. Great, thanks. How did you know that's exactly what I needed? The algorithm knows me so well that sometimes I'm scared to let it in any further. Like, I have some masochistic viewing habits. I watch a lot of horrible, disturbing content, but usually when I do that, I open an incognito tab in which I'm not logged in so that it won't affect my recommendations. I want to control what the algorithm knows about me. I just want it to like me. I worry the algorithm thinks I'm a loser, you know? It recommends me all these videos about how to grow on YouTube as if it's saying, what aren't you understanding, dude? Why can't you get these tips and tricks through your stupid little head? You know what this dumbass probably wants to watch? 20-second out-of-context clips from BoJack Horseman every day for months. And I do apparently. It's right, I click on them. There's an intimacy to my relationship with the algorithm. It observes me when I feel that I'm alone. It learns my habits and my interests. It aims to become attuned to my desire, to give me the videos I want before I even know I want them. Of course, it's a one-way intimacy. I don't know the algorithm in the way it knows me. Its workings are obscure to me. I'm a little gay baby. The algorithm, though, it has me figured out. I always feel some discomfort if someone sees my YouTube homepage. Just scrolling through my recommendations openly feels oddly vulnerable. But it's not like you're seeing my viewing history, you're seeing my recommendations. You're seeing what YouTube thinks I would like. I guess I'm uncomfortable letting you see what the algorithm imagines me to desire, because I generally trust that it's right. I feel that it has access to my drives, my impulses, the most shameful parts of my subconscious. and I'm more willing to let the algorithm judge me in that way than I am anyone else. My relationship with the algorithm is private. I trust it to keep my little secrets. You are not allowed in. And sometimes that intimacy is destructive. It's searching out my anxieties late at night when I can't sleep, and the algorithm saying, "Have you considered that your building could collapse? Here are 20 videos of what that might look like. I know you just love to see that things are even worse than you fear." If you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to let the algorithm know by hitting the like button and leaving a comment. I always love seeing your comments saying things like, "Just commenting to feed the algorithm," but that is not enough. The algorithm is still hungry. It's starving. You think you can just enjoy my incredible content for free? No, if you enjoy my content, you are in my debt. The algorithm demands a sacrifice, and you must feed it your flesh. And doing that would really help out my channel. Thanks, everyone! While my relationship with the algorithm as a viewer is one of codependency, my relationship with the algorithm as a creator is... well, I guess it's also codependency. Just reloading the YouTube Creator Studio every half hour to see if the algorithm is recommending my latest video. And would you look at that? It's not. YouTube pitches its algorithm to creators as a way to get discovered. Supposedly, the algorithm will give your video a chance by putting it in front of fresh eyes. When creators talk about the algorithm, though, they typically frame it less as a publicist than as a gatekeeper. The algorithm is holding my channel back. It only promotes channels that are already successful. YouTube just doesn't work for small creators anymore. There's a whole YouTube niche of YouTubers giving other YouTubers advice about how to get the algorithm to recommend their videos, and I'm very familiar with this niche because the algorithm keeps recommending it to me, so I have learned a bit about how the algorithm works. Despite my gay baby brain with only 2 brain cells. 1 brain cell for boys, and 1 for my overwhelming desire to be a niche internet micro-influencer. Basically, the algorithm craves watch time. It used to be views. When YouTube first started, the most important metric for recommending videos was just how many people clicked on them, but the problem was that this encouraged clickbait. Like, okay, my most viewed video is a video I made freshman year of high school titled Marshmallow Cereal Bars, and people click on it thinking reasonably that it's a recipe for marshmallow cereal bars, and it sort of is.
You will need 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 4 tablespoons of poison.
But it's also a dark comedy video in which the recipe involves offering a corpse to the marshmallow gods.
The corpse will slowly rise into the air. Quickly pour the poison into the mixture. The gods will die.
And that's just not what people were anticipating, so it's also my most disliked video, and only about 20% of people who click on it actually make it to the end of the, 2-minute runtime. Turns out, people don't like it when videos initially present as instructional and then devolve into ritualistic human sacrifice. Oh shit, not again. Anyway, that's the kind of video that could easily perform well when the algorithm just favored clicks, but it's not great for YouTube since people stop watching right away and then don't keep spending time on the website and don't see as many advertisements, and YouTube doesn't make as much money. So YouTube changed its algorithm to instead favor watch time, the total time that you spend on the website watching videos, and as a result, also watching ads. There are several metrics that YouTube uses to predict which videos will get the most watch time if they're recommended, including click-through rate, the percentage of people who click on a video when they're presented with it, audience retention, the amount of time that people continue to watch a video once they've clicked on it, and engagement, things like likes and comments, which indicate to YouTube that not only is the video getting watch time, but people are enthused enough that they might come back for more. Using those metrics, the algorithm looks at your YouTube activity, finds videos that are performing well among users with similar viewing habits to you, and recommends them. Now, the way it does this exactly how much each of those different metrics are weighted, nobody knows. The algorithm is a black box, Because it works through machine learning, it is constantly adapting, and nobody could tell you precisely how it's making its decisions, even the people who programmed it. Which means that the system gatekeeping creators' success is necessarily obscure to us. We can't have full knowledge of how the algorithm works. We're left trying to interpret it as best we can from the input and output we have access to. But we do know that it's learning from user data to try to maximize watch time, and we know that it particularly values a high click-through rate, high audience retention, and lots of engagement. So YouTubers giving advice to YouTubers about the algorithm focus on improving those 3 metrics that we know YouTube cares about. Maximize your click-through rate by making an interesting title and thumbnail that people will want to click on.
Don't clickbait, click bless.
Maximize your engagement by including a call to action, asking viewers to like or comment.
When people click on your videos, do they actually like your videos? Are you encouraging them to give it a thumbs up?
Maximize your audience retention by making your video engaging enough that people will want to keep watching.
Make sure that your content feels like original content and it's not just a commodity.
Here's a quick trick to hack the algorithm. Try making good videos. Have you considered that? Have you tried making videos that people like instead of garbage that nobody wants to watch? You may notice that while this advice is framed as advice for performing well in the algorithm, most of it seemingly isn't about the algorithm at all. It's about viewers. How do you get viewers to do the things that will help you? In that sense, the goal of creators is seemingly not dissimilar from the goal of the algorithm. We want you to spend your time watching our videos. And even some of the methods we use to try to make that happen are similar to those that the algorithm uses. Like, when the algorithm is comparing multiple videos, it runs small experiments on users. It'll show cute cat video A to one group of users, cute cat video B to another, and see which generates the most watch time. This is known as A/B testing. Algorithm advice videos often recommend that creators do a kind of A/B testing too. And I've done it. Like, on my last video, I tried 2 different thumbnails to see which would get a higher click-through rate. And the worse option won. You have bad taste. Of course, the algorithm does this constantly and at large scale. The micro experiments done by creators don't really near the continuous experimentation run on the platform at every moment. But I think this shows that YouTubers trying to perform well in the algorithm are also furthering the work of the algorithm. We are also trying to maximize these metrics predictive of watch time. The algorithm gets us working in service of its own goals. We manipulate the algorithm by manipulating viewers. That's a point that YouTube emphasizes in its own advice to creators, a series of online courses called the YouTube Creator Academy.
Hey there! Welcome to this series of videos about how YouTube's search and discovery system works. Listen up, because understanding how your videos get found can be super helpful to your channel's success.
According to the Academy, you shouldn't focus on the algorithm, but on your audience.
You might be asking yourself, okay, then how can I get the algorithm to like my videos? Pretty simple. Get the audience to like your videos. That's because the algorithm follows the audience.
That last sentence, the algorithm follows the audience, recurs throughout the Creator Academy. But it often goes beyond just serving as advice about what to focus on as a creator. Instead, it almost renders the algorithm invisible, as if viewers decide what to watch all on their own, and the algorithm simply follows. Creators often ask, what kind of videos does the algorithm like most? Our systems have no opinion about what type of video you make, and doesn't favor any particular format. Rather, they try their best to follow the audience. I mean, I don't buy it. Like, for example, one of the effects of YouTube changing its algorithm from favoring views to favoring watch time was that longer videos started performing better. People obviously tend to watch longer videos for longer, so they get more watch time, leading the algorithm to recommend them more widely, leading more people to view them, and then creators noticed this and started making longer videos. In this 5-hour video essay, I examined the SpongeBob spin-off series The Patrick Star Show and argue that it presents a powerful meta-modernist critique of ocean pollution. This wasn't the algorithm following the audience. Viewers didn't decide that they wanted to watch longer videos. The algorithm started favoring longer videos, and viewers and creators followed. But no, according to YouTube, the algorithm doesn't favor any particular format. In interviews, YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki similarly talks about the algorithm as a basically neutral technology that simply serves audience demand.
The algorithm, in many ways, is a proxy for estimating what your audience wants.
Well, the Creator Academy tends to talk about the algorithm following the audience. Wojcicki tends to talk about it predicting the audience.
So basically, our algorithm is a prediction model of what videos are going to be watched by this user.
Taken completely literally, this description is slightly absurd, right? These videos aren't going to be watched by the user if the user doesn't first see them recommended in their feed. The holy prophecies foretold that this user was to watch a 48-minute video about dishwashing detergent, and thus we recommended it. Like, no, I was not going to watch it until you recommended it. I'm not that interested in dishwashing detergent, but I did watch the whole thing and I learned a lot. Of course, what Wojcicki means is that the videos recommended are those that the user is predicted to be most likely to watch if presented with them. But the necessity that they be presented with them is left unsaid. And that presentation of videos, the basic function of the algorithm, clearly goes beyond prediction. It doesn't just predict future behavior, it creates the conditions for specific behavior. It creates a range of possibilities for what you'll watch next. There's something revealing in how YouTube talks about the algorithm both following and predicting the audience, as if those two things are one and the same. Following refers to a user's past, prediction refers to a user's future. YouTube's algorithm collapses the two. It works to create a viewing future in line with your viewing history, or the viewing history of users similar to you. That assumption that because you've watched something in the past, you'll want to watch similar things in the future, or things that similar users have watched, isn't neutral. It puts an algorithmic pressure on your actual viewing. That can have discriminatory effects. You watch a bunch of videos from one perspective and you'll be recommended more videos from the same perspective. The algorithm isn't just following the audience, it's reinforcing the audience. I mean, just in general, the goal of a YouTube viewer is not to spend as much time watching YouTube videos as possible. Sure, they do want to catch every new upload from their favorite channel, the letter 15, but they probably also want to do other things too sometimes. The algorithm does not want that for you. The goal of the algorithm is to capture as much of your time as possible. That's not your goal. The algorithm's not just following your desires, it's creating your desires. The algorithm is learning from your past desire in an effort to create continuous desire. The algorithm knows what's best for you. It just loves you so much that it wants you to spend as much time with it as possible. It's anticipating your needs by creating those needs for you. YouTube's framing of its algorithm obscures all this. Don't get mad at us if your videos aren't getting views. It's just because viewers don't want to watch them. Creators create, viewers view. The algorithm's got nothing to do with it. And don't get mad at us if you find yourself spending more and more time on our website. You just really want to be here. You love it here. You aren't being manipulated by the algorithm. The algorithm isn't influencing your desire. The algorithm is your desire. Late at night, as you watch your endless stream of mindless videos, that behavior is all your own. The videos flowing out of you, your own impulsive desires realized. As buildings collapse on autoplay, I don't feel that the algorithm is doing this to me. I just feel it as my own fear. I didn't want it to come to this, but it's become clear to me that YouTube is censoring my content because they're afraid of what I have to say. Everybody wants to watch my videos. Literally everybody. They would be getting 7 billion views if YouTube wasn't suppressing them. A few weeks ago, my latest video had 6 million views. You go to the watch page now, 15. YouTube deleted my views. YouTube is scared of independent voices like mine because they know that if my drunken discussions of reality dating shows aren't contained, I will become more powerful than they can possibly imagine. Left unrestrained, the algorithm and I would devour the world. So support me on Patreon to stand up to corporate censorship. Media coverage of the algorithm has dubbed it the Great Radicalizer. The same pattern that leads me to increasingly distressing earthquake content also has a tendency to lead people to increasingly extreme political content. You start with a gamer ranting about the social justice warriors censoring Pac-Man's boobs and wind up at white genocide conspiracy theories. This basically follows from the structure of the algorithm that I've explained already. The algorithm wants to maximize watch time to keep you on the site, so it shows you videos similar to what you've watched previously. But if they're too similar, you'll get bored and stop watching, so it introduces a bit of variety. Something still similar, but just a little more exciting, like from anti-SJW to full-on far-right. Now, I should acknowledge that YouTube has tried to address this negative media attention to some extent by suppressing what it calls borderline content, videos that are deemed unsavory and don't get recommended as a result. But while that might be successful at appeasing nervous advertisers, that holding back of the most extreme of the extreme doesn't address the fundamental harms of YouTube's mode of profit. The goal of the algorithm is still to capture as much watch time as possible, to show as many ads as possible, and a few little tweaks aren't gonna fix that entire objective. But anyway, there are two kinds of technological nightmare often invoked in discussions of this phenomenon. In the first, the mindless masses are hypnotized. As was once feared of TV and radio before it, the viewer is rendered powerless in the face of YouTube's dark magic.
Is this the last generation of people that are going to know what it was like before this illusion took place?
This form of media anxiety is maybe most clearly expressed in another highly publicized YouTube scandal, the horror that is YouTube Kids. So if you're unfamiliar, Kids YouTube is weird. It's a weird place. A lot of it is characterized by mashups of various popular keywords for children. So you just get videos that are like, here's Elsa from Frozen, and also some Minions, and also Spider-Man, and it's a Finger Family song, with 365 million views. Some of them are live action, some are animated, most of them are basically fine. They're creepy to an adult viewer, but in the same way Teletubbies is creepy, you know? Like, kids are just into some messed up stuff. But writer James Bridle documented examples in which these videos were becoming increasingly disturbing. Peppa the Pig cannibalizing her father, Elsa injected with needles, Spider-Man bloody and buried alive. This parallels the anxieties around algorithmic radicalization, I think. Children, this vulnerable, influenceable, passive population, are being subjected to videos that grow increasingly more perverse. And the videos, with their mishmash keyword jumbles, feel algorithmically generated. Watching them, they feel uncanny, as if they were not created by people, but emerged from the machine. So that's the first version of this algorithmic nightmare. An inhuman technology brainwashing its zombified viewers. In the second version, the algorithm is targeting you, specifically. It's collecting your data to exploit your individual vulnerabilities. It is always watching, and it knows more than you realize.
They know when people are lonely, they know when people are depressed, they know when people are looking at photos of your ex-romantic partners.
You might have experienced this kind of digital anxiety in your own interactions with the algorithm. You're talking about Kraft mac and cheese flavored ice cream with your friends, and then you go on YouTube and are recommended a video about Kraft mac and cheese flavored ice cream. Coincidence? I mean, probably. When it comes to radicalization, the narrative here is something like, the algorithm identifies lonely, aimless young white men and provides them with parasocial connection or a sense of direction by showing them angry far-right creators. It learns about their vulnerabilities in order to recruit them. There's a curious dissonance between these two imaginings of algorithmic radicalization. The first is a mass brainwashing, the second is hyper-personalized. The first imagines a targeted collective, the second a targeted individual. To both of these fears of radicalization by algorithm, YouTube says, nah, don't worry about it. Remember, the algorithm follows the audience.
We've certainly heard the questions and concerns. YouTube is more likely to actually bring people back more to mainstream type of content, which makes sense. Like, our algorithm is trying to predict what is content that people have seen more, that want to see, and if there's content that lots of people are enjoying, that's a reason for us to recommend that content.
There have been attempts to debunk claims about the algorithm's role in radicalization that follow a similar logic. Some half-assed researcher will go to YouTube, click on recommended videos at random, be taken to nothing of note, and conclude that there's no problem. But most people aren't clicking videos at random, right? They're people making decisions, and it's in the specific interactions between people and algorithm where these tendencies lie. If presented with a selection of possible earthquake videos, I'm not gonna click at random, and I'm probably not gonna click on the most mainstream educational video from a geologist. I'm gonna click on what gets my attention, like some random guy wildly speculating that a magnitude 10.5 quake is coming and the whole world will feel the shaking. That's why neither nightmare fantasy of the algorithm is quite right. The algorithm isn't one-sidedly acting upon us, it operates through interaction, through a network of people and algorithm interacting with each other. The algorithm isn't brainwashing you, you do choose what to watch, and the videos you watch aren't generated by a machine, they're created by people. I mean, even the YouTube Kids videos that feel so machine-generated often have human actors. The algorithm isn't hyper-personalized exactly, in that it's not focused on you individually. To the extent that it follows the audience, it's less a process of learning about you, the specific individual viewer, than it is a process of categorization, placing users into groups with similar viewing habits so that the viewing of some users informs the viewing of others. When you decide to watch a video, that decision isn't only shaped by an inhuman technology, but it's also not only shaped by your own inherent desire. Your viewing decision is a collaboration between yourself, other viewers, creators making videos, and an algorithm that was designed by YouTube to maximize the ad revenue generated by this whole network of connections. Your decision is shaped by a tangled web of relationships between people and technologies. I'm thinking some kind of hive mind situation. This framing of the algorithm as an interconnected network comes with its own kind of horror. We're living in a cyborg world. Machines are an intimate part of us, and we are an intimate part of our machines.
Part 5, we are already cyborgs.
Machines aren't just acting upon us, they're inseparable from us. The algorithm's desires become your own desires as you watch its endless feed of videos. The algorithm's craving for watch time becomes my own craving as I repeatedly check my analytics. The machine is within us, and we're within it. The algorithm is not an entirely inhuman force. It has learned from a network of humans, integrating our desires, our impulses, our subconscious drives into its decision-making processes. When you're recommended a video, that recommendation connects you to the billions of people who have interacted with the algorithm in the past. Part of them is inside of it. Part of you is inside of it. A cyborg hive mind. Or hive mind Cyborg, I don't know. In those moments alone on your phone when you feel that the algorithm knows you so intimately, you're being influenced by the intimate experiences of billions of other people alone on their phones, probably sitting on the toilet or something. The algorithm isn't fully inhuman, and we're not fully human. We're all inseparable from the network of connections that shapes us. A network at once deeply personal and deeply other. Even our sense of a stable self, a self whose past and future we expect to watch the same general kinds of YouTube videos, is mediated by an algorithm recommending those same kinds of videos based on other similar viewers viewing them. The maintenance of our stable viewing self is mediated by billions of other people all interacting with this same technology. I think that's the root anxiety that the algorithm inspires in us. That we are not merely ourselves. Discrete individuals, our desires entirely our own. No individual self can be extracted from this interconnected web we're a part of. The algorithm is part of us, and we are part of it. We are intimately enmeshed in our technologies and in each other. Thank you for watching my spooky Halloween video. There's no topic scarier than the YouTube algorithm. That's what keeps me up at night. If you liked this, you might be interested in my video about the desire to be a YouTuber, or in my video about The Social Dilemma, a Netflix documentary about the dangers of social media. You also might not be interested in either of those, you know? You are a free agent. Nothing is acting upon you. Support me on Patreon.